have to have a different sense of time than just going back to 1850. And that's what these people are doing. They're saying that beginning in 1850, we started using fossil fuels, and now there's a climate crisis because of that. It's complete balderdash. There's nothing to it. It is a hollow husk of an idea, and it is being perpetrated by politicians who want a scare story to get the vote. And so 80% of all science research in the United States is in universities. In these universities, you cannot get a grant about climate unless you are on the scare story side. It just won't happen. No, not only that, you will be ostracized by your peers and sent out with a pitchfork in your rear end if you do such a thing as to counter the narrative, as they like to call it. So we're stuck in this situation where all this negative information and scare stories are being fed to the politicians so they can use them to make fear in the public, to control the public. And that's what this is. It's just like, in a way, like COVID, it's a totally different situation, but they did everything they could to make us afraid during COVID instead of giving us hope. And they denigrated us and our children, and they broke the golden rule of medicine, which is do no harm, and that everybody has a right to informed consent before having medical treatment of any kind, whether it's a needle or a drug or a surgery. You have a right to refuse that under the law of medicine. But they've just thrown that out the window altogether, in the same way as they've thrown out rational thought about climate out the window, and are saying now that they have a crystal ball, which is obviously a mythical object and doesn't actually exist. They have a crystal ball that can predict the future of the Earth's climate, and it is very, very, very bad. And all of you are going to die if you don't do what we say.